Everyone. I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to discuss foot reflexology with you all today. If this was 12 years ago and you'd asked me what reflexology was all about, I wouldn't have been able to give you an answer. At that time, I had arthritis. It was terrible. Both of my knees were in great pain. Even though I took a lot of medication, it still didn't ease my pain. Then a Swiss friend of mine introduced foot reflexology to me. He said that you can stimulate your body's nervous system by massaging the bottom of your feet, the reflex zones. Then gradually your entire body will return to normal. By doing this massage, you will eliminate the toxic substances, the uric acid and wastes in your body. Your kidney, your liver, and your knees will return to normal, you see. At first, I had a hard time accepting the idea because I simply didn't believe it. But later on, he explained this treatment to me in detail, and he also demonstrated it by practicing on me. I felt great pain in my feet during the massage. He said the pain that I was feeling showed there was something wrong with me internally. Otherwise, it wouldn't have caused me pain. He kept on massaging the reflex zones on my feet. After a week of treatment, the pains in my knees had totally disappeared. He then asked me to drink a lot of water every day and start exercising. To this day, the pains in my knees have not returned. After that, I realized there's a lot more to know in the field of foot reflexology. I told my friend that I wanted to learn more about this health treatment. So then he gave me a book to read. From then on, I started to study foot reflexology in greater detail. The theory of foot reflexology is very complex. It can't be explained simply in words alone. The best way to learn this skill and master it is by doing it yourself. There are many ways of doing it. For example, you can practice it by walking on cobblestones barefooted. So, you can stimulate your internal organs by massaging the reflex zones on your feet. Thereby, you eliminate the toxic substances in your system. That's the most important reason why reflexology works. This field of study is very similar to acupuncture and the study of pressure points. After I'd mastered the skill, I started to teach and also to provide this service to others. It's now been 12 years since I first learned of foot reflexology, and this health treatment has now spread to over 40 countries. And again, it is my pleasure to be here today to share this with all of you. Please don't forget the key to the success of this method is by doing it yourself, otherwise you can't know the result. As we all know, there are advantages and disadvantages in any health method. Foot reflexology is no exception to the rule. Now, the major weakness of this treatment is that it can be painful when you stimulate the reflex zone of a weak organ if a person is quite sick. Since most people don't like pain, this is the major disadvantage of this particular treatment. Also, because this method works on the root of the problem, therefore, it is necessary for a patient who is quite sick to receive a long-term treatment in order to clear the problems up completely. But because of the pain during the treatment, many people will just give up after 2 or 3 sessions. And that's why many people fail to get good results. Firstly, I should tell you, it is very important to realize that there are certain times when we cannot use this method at all. It's recommended that we should wait for at least an hour after a meal, because the stomach needs time to digest the food. This point is very important, otherwise you'll be interfering with your digestion. This treatment is also not recommended for women who are pregnant. Also, women who are experiencing their periods, They should not be treated on the reflex zones of the uterus or the ovaries. This treatment is not recommended even if the period has just started. I should also tell you that this health method is not a cure-all method. It is necessary to cooperate with your physician. For example, if you have hypertension, do not stop taking your medication. Or if you have diabetes, epilepsy, or any heart disease, or rheumatoid arthritis, or for any one of these things you have been taking medication for over a year, it is recommended that you do not stop taking it. Otherwise, it could be very dangerous. In order to get the full benefit of this treatment, remember, always consult your physician first. The simplest way to do this treatment yourself is to go to the beach and walk barefoot in the sand for about half an hour each day. And I'm quite sure that you'll very soon feel the full benefit of this exercise. However, most people do not have the time to do this. Therefore, there is a lot of equipment on the market today which can assist you in doing this health treatment. There is equipment such as this imitation health pebble sack and health pebble path that you can walk on. Now, if you walk on it slowly, it will stimulate your reflex zones. If you feel pain in the bottom of your feet, then that means that there are toxic substances in some organs within your body. If you keep walking on the path, it will help your blood circulation and get rid of the toxic substances. Initially, most people feel some pain, so try not to do it for too long to start with, maybe about 5 minutes or so. The second day, you can do it for 6 or 7 minutes, increasing the duration gradually. As each person's sensitivity to the stones is different, we recommend that you start with the imitation health pebble sack rather than with the health pebble path that we showed you earlier. Walk on the stone slowly and try to get used to the feeling of your reflex zones being stimulated. As you know, there are reflex zones in your hands too. For instance, when you're feeling tired and yet still have to finish your work, you can use this hand bar to massage both hands. This will get rid of your feelings of fatigue. Now, someone also invented this device in the market. You can use this on your hand or your foot. If you want to inflict torture, you can do it hard like this. But if you want to give a good service, then you do it this way. See? Massage slowly and gently. On the market today, you can also find many massaging devices to assist you in doing the exercise. There are many people today who do not feel like doing exercise.